Now, the showcase itself went over a lot of different things. Lil Wayne was on the stream, so you already know what was up. It was a little bit cool, but he wasn't really prominent there. It was really just the developers talking about everything, right? Um, that being said, basically they went over the world tour. They went over everything you could do in the world tour. They had all these different things that you could do regarding like leveling up your character, adding new moves to your character's toolkit, you know, through learning them through the masters. You had Chun Li, you had Jamie, you had a lot of them shown off in clips, with new cutscenes that we didn't see before. Um, I will say, like the story mode, obviously, they're riding off of Metro City. You have D Mad there. You have a lot of the Final Fight characters showing up and making appearances as well, which I thought was cool. They do show off like all the mini game stuff that you could do in the world tour and how you could slow down enemies from attacking you. You can literally show off like certain moves that you got in the world tour to traverse different areas. Obviously, you create your own character. They had a lot of different things you can do within the world tour, which is really good for the casuals. Which I'm not really excited for the world tour stuff because that's I'm unfortunately like Krauser. I just want pure unadulterated power. So all I care about is fucking just cooking people online. But for the casuals, it's really, really important that they get modes like this that explain the world of Street Fighter 6, the story of it, and as well allow them to create versatile characters that will go up against each other. They get the custom characters that they get to make and all that other stuff, and that's cool. People think that this is like brand new, but people don't remember that this stuff came from like stuff like Street Fighter EX3. Street Fighter EX3 had a character called Ace, and you could put whatever character's move kit you wanted on that character to make your own custom character. And they basically did that here in Street Fighter 6, but the way you get those moves are more personalized per character, which I thought was sick, you know? Like I said, you get to merge all the different toolkits together with this new creative character that you have. And throughout the entire story, you're basically building up the drive gauge and everything, so that way you are allowed to use more of these moves both in and out of battle within the World Tour event. So I thought that was really cool too. I thought a lot of these things, I really thought that they were gonna be very bare bones with it, but seeing the final product before release in June is pretty nice, knowing that they've allowed you to add all this stuff to your character. Um, Now when it comes to like the actual battle hub, the battle hub lets you use like the all the moves that you learn from the world tour, and you get to put them basically into your custom character online. I do want to show that off a little bit because uh I do like that they're allowing for like the battle hub mode to be a little more than just like a place where you meet up to go play ranked like Arcsys games would be. Because Arcsys games, Arc System Works games and most anime games, they have a lobby function where you get to talk with people using like chibi lobbies and shit. But here you use your own creator character. And you got that with with the beta. Like in the beta you were already able to like do things like that. But this time you could, obviously you could meet up and play people. You could try out the old school games with the emulations that they have here for like Street Fighter 2, but you can't do like versus mode. You can only do like arcade. And you basically just battle for like the ranking for high score. But this right here is what I like. I like the fact that you could take your story mode character, your custom character, and play against other people in casual matches. That's not gonna be like relevant, It's not gonna be something that's going to matter with your ranking or anything. But what it's going to do is it's going to make it again more fun for casual players to just leap in and play the game and take what they got from offline mode and try it. And it's just that's what fighting games need, like the goofy shit, the casual shit. What they also show off here is obviously the clubs, which is basically just Street Fighter V's dojo mode, but they've kind of like expanded a little bit on it to allow for people to just join immediately through the game and not through a website, right? This dojo mode basically is the same thing as Street Fighter 5. But again, like I said, they added the fact that you could like meet up with people through CFN and join people's clubs through the game, which is way better as opposed to just like doing it from a browser. So like I said, They're definitely expanding on what they got from Street Fighter V near the end of the game's lifespan, and then also adding a lot of casual modes to it to allow for people to be able to play the game and have a good time. You know, no other fighting game I think has ever let you been able to basically create your own character, but then also play with that created character with other created characters in a battle hub, in a lobby, right? From jump, right? It's not like SoulCalibur where you just go online with your custom character and it's really just like some your created character just using one character's moveset. The character you create uses multiple movesets, uses multiple characters' special moves, which I think is fucking insane. And I do like the fact that they offer all these extra stuff in the world in the battle hub, right? Like they allow you to be able to play these emulations. They allow you to be able to play with your custom character. They allow you to be able to have like battle lobby matches. They allow you to be able to do extreme battle. You know, all that stuff is really, really cool. And I really like that they allow you to do that. A lot of it has to do with like other games too, like, you know, NBA 2K, the My Career mode and the WWE stuff, right? Like a lot of that stuff really, you know, I feel is an inspiration for stuff like this in Street Fighter 6. But it's just taken to a step further, which is nice. They also go over like certain things such as like the accessibility mode, so you could hear like where your character is on screen per like different sounds. This is all stuff we knew from like the cracked beta and from the accessibility options within the closed betas that we played with, but they just went over it now, and I think it's really good for like people who can't see the game, people who are blind and have to rely on hearing, or it's good for like people who are new at the game that may need that audio cue to help them like learn how to play. And I also like the fact that they included more accessibility and handicap options, so that way if you can't like play, like, you know, if you got like some problems, you know, physically, at least that they have that there so you could learn the game. And it's nice that they've put this stuff in the game. So I do think as well, like them adding a lot of this stuff for like learning the game, in terms of actually sitting down and learning like different mechanics, and them sitting down and showing you all this stuff through the tutorial mode is nice. And again, we saw this stuff through the crack. Like if you had the cracked beta, you basically got to see like the tutorial stuff, which basically showed you the different mechanics and the different like ways to play the game. And they also go over the dynamic controls, which we saw through a Capcom Pro Tour showcase as well, which basically is just AI learning. It basically allows you to play the game, jump in, mash buttons, and the game will basically adapt on the fly for you. But this is only on offline. You can't obviously take this AI shit online. It's really just meant for new players who literally don't know how to play fighting games to just mash buttons and feel good. And I like that. I like that they're doing a lot of stuff to incorporate new players and to give them a chance to try fighting games, something that a lot of other fighting games just do not do. Obviously, they have arcade mode that's back. You know, you can play arcade mode. You can try it out. And you basically get the illustrations. But what I do like is that they added a lot of the bonus modes there as well. Street Fighter V kind of did that with like the crates, or with the barrels rather. But you could actually destroy trucks. You could do parrying, stuff like this, which wasn't in Street Fighter V. And a lot of the bonus stuff that they give you, you know, is really nice. Again, I do really like the fact that they're adding a lot of this bonus content to Street Fighter 6, and it's really showing that they're going back to their roots with the arcade mode as well. They have the character guides to teach you how to play the character, of course, and they have character combos, but they also go over how to use certain characters' moves and where their applications are. Something that Street Fighter V kind of did in its demonstration mode, but never went into detail with and never let the player actually try out and actually do. Like the fact that you can also just try out the move itself rather than just get a long text message about what the move does is really good, because it also gets the person to actually sit down with it. They also explain fundamental key strategies with the character, like, you know, you can keep your character, you know, in a distance, mid-range, check them with long range kicks using like your long range pokes with Cammy. Things like that really help to explain and show off what a character's strategy is. Something that will prevent me from having to repeat myself in YouTube replays, which, you know, is always good. I don't like having to make tutorials and getting a comment for the 15th time of how this character does this certain thing. Now, you can just boot up the tutorial mode, scroll down to a move you don't understand, and it'll tell you how to use its strategy without you having to watch a fucking YouTube video. You actually get to go to the game, and it teaches you how to play the character, like, in a robust manner. I like that. They do have the team battle, which you can also do online, which is what I was worried about. This team battle mode, you can also have it be done online, and you could play with other people. Y'all all could play together. The extreme battle mode is also here. This is all stuff we've known from the closed beta and the cracked beta. They have all the extreme battle gimmicks here, but they have the new ones like the lucky drone and the smash and grab. A lot of that stuff wasn't in the initial cracked beta and closed beta, but they have new modes for the final game, which I like. And like I said, the fighting ground is also just straight up. If you don't want to play with the world hub mode or like the battle hub, if you don't want to play with that, you could just go through fighting ground and play online like that. And from there, you could set up different slots so that way people could play team battle, extreme battle. You know, it doesn't have to be like just, you know, just a battle lobby where y'all all just playing by yourselves. It's all different lobbies for different people, so everybody gets to play. And if you fuck somebody up, by the way, if you're beating them and they don't understand the matchup or anything, or they don't know what to do, what I like is not only did they include online training mode in which you two can pair up with each other and learn the characters, but they do it in the lobby. So while everyone is playing and while you guys played, if y'all are done, y'all could go in the training mode together and learn and then go back and play later, which I think is way better than any other game has ever done. This is really good for just getting somebody to really learn the game immediately after. This is going to be very good for me when I have my coaching sessions, so that way if, you know, after I play them, I could immediately go into training mode without ever having to like fucking do parsec or whatever shit, or having to do an extra online training mode through another game or whatever. It just, everything is streamlined, and I like that. Obviously, ranked mode is back. Ranked mode, we all knew this stuff from the closed betas that we played, and from the crack beta, we know that they basically allow you to rank up per, like, you know, league. So in this case right now, we only go up to master, and it's very easy to get to master. There's qualifying ranks as well, so that way if you play 10 matches and your performance is really good, you get to start off at platinum or diamond immediately. So all you have to do is work up to master. You get a one-time no loss on league demotion, but it's one-time rank down protection for every single rank up to master. So once you get at master, you will not have to worry about losing your rank because you'll stay at master for the rest of the season. I say season because they're doing these rank modes like season, where basically there's seasonal like rankings. So once the season ends, you have to get your rank back up again. And then the other thing too is that they have rankings per character. So each character has their own ranking. That means that it's like Tekken 7 or like any of the other Tekken games, where each character has their own ranking, and it's not just a matter of like, oh, you have to share this ranking across all the characters, which is good because it allows you to learn the character without having to fucking get curb stomped by people who are at higher ranks than you while you're trying to learn, which I didn't like that about other fighting games. And then also you get a ranking for like random select. So obviously you could play with random select. In Street Fighter V, they added this with 12, but now, 11, not 12. 11 was a random select, but this one is a true random select, and you get to do it for ranking as well, which I like. I like that all of this stuff is tied behind character rankings, which is great. And yeah, I think like in general, if you are a fan of Street Fighter or just fighting games in general, this is definitely the game that you should be playing as a fighting game fan. I'm dead ass. Like, I need to tell you straight up, right? I need to tell you straight up, and this is the last like thoughts that I have on this shit. Fighting games so far have been so fucking stale. I'm going to be honest with you. Fighting games have been so stale. The main leading fighting games right now is like Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, Guilty Gear Strive. Maybe Dragon Ball FighterZ if you want to count that. But I'm going to be real, right? Like, Tekken 7 is the only working fighting game right now. Street Fighter V has desyncs where the game will legit freeze, and you won't even know if you're fighting against another person. At that point, the game will legit, like, just either disconnect you with your opponent. You'll get disconnected off of CFN. You'll lag. Like Street Fighter 5 it just ended horribly with the online infrastructure of the game. It's just collapsing. Guilty Gear Strive, hackers are fucking with that game, and not just Guilty Gear Strive, but every Arc System Works game, be it, you know, Blaze Blue Central Fiction, DNF Duel, Strive, BBFZ in some cases. You literally just get fucked by some hacker. Or the worst part is the game's lobby system is just trash with Strive. BBCF, nobody's really playing that game other than Discords. Same with DNF Duel. That game literally died on arrival. And even without that, like, the hacker shit is still in that game because of the exploits. But DNF Duel, you really can't play with no one outside of, like, the 20-year-olds in a fucking Discord. Then you have DBFZ, complete delay-based netcode, right? You can't really enjoy that game. Plus the fucking, like, game itself is so boomers. It's so boomer heavy. No one's really playing that game. Like, literally, like, what fighting game is out there to really play right now other than really Tekken 7 at the current landscape? Like, there's nothing. There's really nothing. Grand Blue, everyone hypes up Grand Blue because of Grand Blue Rising, but clearly Street Fighter 6 is coming out before that game. And right now, if you go to play Grand Blue, not many people are playing that game either. So many different games are coming out, and it's just like, you know, it's just a dime a dozen. They come out, and then they just last for like 2 to 3 months, and then it just fucking dies. And then it comes out with like DLC, everyone plays it for like a week, and that's it. But now, it's like, bro, fucking Street Fighter 6 is coming out with all these different modes, all these different things that you could do, both as a casual and as a competitor. And I'm really glad that Street Fighter 6 is doing what it's got to do in order to revitalize the fighting game genre. The last thing I want to talk about is the DLC characters that they went over. We all knew that it was going to be Akuma, Rashid, Ed, and Aki for the first row. Again, all this stuff was revealed through leaks, so it's not really new if you was keeping in tabs with the news that was going around online. But again, like I said, they still have to do it, and for the showcase, this is good, because for people who haven't been paying attention, they'll know that these DLC characters are on the way. So that much is great for people who haven't been in the know. But I already knew from jump, out of the characters that I'm going to try, I'm going to be playing Aki. She comes out right after Rashid, after the release of the game, basically in fall. Akuma, however, it's funny that this character is coming out literally like next year. Winter 2024, basically for Ed, that's basically January next year. So that's what that means. But Akuma is spring 2024, so that's literally a year after the game comes out, which I think is funny, right? But it also makes sense, right, if I'm correct, because Akuma did come out 1 year after the first season pass, unless I'm wrong with that for Street Fighter 5. But the point is, Akuma coming out like mad long, you know, that is going to be a bummer for people sometimes. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's been a while since we heard about the announcement for Street Fighter 6. We can wait a year for Akuma if that's what it is. And even so, they got to save the money maker for last, so it makes sense. But regardless, right, we knew that these characters were coming. So that's the new DLC shit. And I'm saying, in general, like, they went over a lot of different news and a lot of different things for Street Fighter 6 to be excited for. You know, we don't got to go over the $1 million prize pool. We don't got to think about that stuff because, really, I'm going to be honest with you, the $1 million, the $2 million stuff, not a lot of people have a chance to win that. But, you know, it's good because it puts a lot of eyes on the game. It puts a lot of eyes on Street Fighter 6 and allows for people to just be like, hey, you know, the game is going to get mad people watching it. And that's what's important, you know. It gets people to come and play. And if you think you got a chance of winning that $1 million, go and try it, you know. So I think in general, like, this is going to be really good. And the fact that they announced the demo is really nice too. I don't like that the demo, however, is only PS5 and PS4 now, and then you got to wait till the 26th for PC. But I understand why they did it, because they don't want people to, like, just fucking hack the game and data mine it and find all this extra shit in the demo immediately. They kind of want to save that shit for later. But I'm going to be honest with you. Again, a lot of this news has already come out already, so it wouldn't have really mattered either way. Point I'm making, however, at the end of the day, is that the demo's coming out and you basically get to try out the world tour and you get to create your character and use it for the final version of the game when it comes out. But in general, right, this is definitely something that I am very much looking forward to. This is the biggest line that I like from the developers as well, by the way. The fact that they acknowledge this.
A special demo version of the game, so players can demo on the same time. Hope you enjoy them. That revolutionized
this line right here, brother.
Creating Street Fighter 6 to be the game that revolutionizes the fighting game genre. To this aim, our development team has taken the lead and challenged themselves to realize something amazing. We're now at the point where their hard work has materialized into something we believe everyone will enjoy. And it's coming to you on June 2nd.
So yeah, man, that's what I mean, yo. Like, just the fact that they are doing all this for fighting games and for the fighting game genre, that is something that I'm excited for. And the fact that they're showing this much passion and love for the genre through Street Fighter, the game that really just started it all, that means a lot to me. That really means a lot to me. The biggest thing that I like is I'm not going to have to go on no fucking Discord server with 10 people to learn a fucking fighting game. That's the biggest thing I'm happy about. And I'm not going to have to fucking deal with no Twitter shit. I'll just boot up the game, play it, not have to deal with nonsense from fucking players that think they mad nice just because they fucking play the game no one else is playing. Now we finally get to fucking play a game and have a good fucking time. Thank you. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my little YouTube video about the showcase. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, if you guys like the content, definitely leave a like down below. Comment on what you're looking forward to with Street Fighter 6. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know the next time I upload videos like this. I'm going to be trying to make some Street Fighter 6 content here and there. But mostly everything I do will be on my stream. I'll see you guys next time. Y'all be easy. Peace.